Hey guys, um, anime is like really weird, isn't it? I was talking to a client. I was working with them, and it's a client I've been working with for years now. And they had told me that a section of their work was inspired by an anime that they'd watched. And I will admit, I have not been up on my anime game lately. I think the only anime that I've watched probably in like the last 9 months has been Bleach: The Thousand Year Blood War, My Hero Academia, and then Attack on Titan, maybe. And that maybe shows you how bad I am at keeping track of what anime I've watched, because I don't even know if Attack on Titan ended this year. But anyway, he was like, yeah, there's this anime that is about a guy and a girl meeting in school. The girl believes in ghosts, the guy believes in aliens, and they challenge each other to go to the respective like dens where aliens and ghosts are the most plentiful, to see if they're real, right? So the girl would go to where the aliens are, and the guy would go to where the ghosts are. And my client was telling me that was about as much as he could tell me, because like of the anime, because it gets so crazy and so wild. Not only did he not want to spoil it, he almost didn't know how to talk about it more. And that show's name is Dandadan. And guys, if you haven't seen it, it is genuinely one of the best anime that I've seen in a very long time. And I think the reason it's so good is because it exemplifies something that I've been telling my clients, that I've been telling just people in general for like years and years now. Your ideas don't matter. And I know that kind of sounds crappy, but it's really freeing. And when I say your ideas don't matter, what I mean is that people always ask me, Savage, I have this idea for this thing, or I have this concept for this thing. Is it going to work, right? Like, will people like this? And my response to them is always, it doesn't matter what you're writing about. It matters how you write it. It's execution, right? And anime has always been the thing that I point to that is as weird as you could possibly get, but nobody notices if it's done well enough, right? Like, I've said this 1,000 times, my favorite anime ever is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it's about like an homunculus who wants to eat the sun to become God, right? And if I told you that, you're like, well, that doesn't seem like something I'd naturally be interested in. But you would never, ever think that that was the core conceit of the narrative over the 60 some odd episodes that it exists in, right? Because it's just done so well, and it's just like riveting human adventure of two brothers trying to find the worth of a soul. And Dandadan, I have no idea if it's that deep or not. I haven't read the manga, but Dandadan, I think, exists in that realm as well, of just being so freaking weird, but so well done that you have no choice but to become interested. Like the villain of the show, I don't even know if it's the villain, like wants to eat dicks. Like, and I don't mean like, you know, take your pants off, let me go to town. I mean like literally, I want to chew on your dick and eat it for myself to gain power. I have no clue where like half of this stuff comes from. I know that the creator of the manga is actually like really big into like Japanese mythology and even I think like Western mythology. But every time you think you know what's going to happen in the show, every time that there is the slightest bit of consistency, it changes like instantly. And every time it's pitch perfect. There are currently 7 episodes out right now. It's on Hulu. And I know a lot of people have reservations about the series simply because of the first episode. And reservations come because one of the characters effectively gets told she's going to get like forcefully impregnated by aliens. Now, it doesn't end up happening. And really, I probably wouldn't advise having that as like your handshake when it comes to starting off a show, because a lot of people would get turned off, because anime is just so freaking weird when it comes to like women and sexuality and stuff like that. But I think in the same respect, the show again also deals with the dude literally getting his dick bitten off by like a granny ghost. And I think it just contributes to it just being overall weird. Like the next plot line immediately after the dude gets his dick back from the granny ghost is like him having lost his balls, right? Like it never stops not making sense, and you love it all the more for it. But the real reason that I decided to make a video, because again, it's still coming out week by week, is because I watched the latest episode, which is episode 7. And honest to God, I text my friend this. It might be one of my favorite episodes of anime ever. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death of the Undying is still, I think, my top favorite. But this last one was truly phenomenal in a way that I didn't really expect, right? Dandadan right now is, and I'm about to put my nerdy editor's hat on, Dandadan right now is using essentially kind of like a monster of the week formula for its antagonist, right? So it is every episode or every few episodes, the main characters are facing off generally against some type of like different force that wants to kill them. And in the most recent episodes, the last 2, it was a woman in red, so like a ghost. And you think, oh, this is going to be just like every other monster of the week, right? So there was like a giant crab, there was like a giant sumo wrestler alien, right? And you're thinking, oh, the woman in red, they're gonna beat her just like they did all the other ones. And I mean, that effectively does happen in the 6th episode. But the 7th episode takes the monster of the week genre, which is used across many different types of storytelling, and it completely turns it on its head by providing this like harrowing backstory of who this like red dressed ghost woman was as a human. And it honestly reminded me a lot of the first moments of Up, because there was no dialogue. It was just this woman living with her daughter, and through seeing her life with her daughter and her struggles, in I think what may be like 4 or 5 minutes, you instantly gain sympathy for this character and learn more about her than I think almost any other character in the show, really. Like even the main characters for the most part are a bit of an enigma. They're mysteries. But this random villain, this throwaway character, you dive so fully and like deeply into who she was and to how she became the ghost and the monster that she is, that the final moments of the show, which I will not spoil, or the final moments of the episode, I should say, which I won't spoil, genuinely made me smile and go, wow, that was phenomenal. It's just really, really good. And I again, some part of me, being the person who just loves to share storytelling with other people, I almost don't even want to talk about it, because in case you haven't seen it, I want you to be able to experience it for yourself. But Dandadan is so freaking good. And possibly the best thing about it that I haven't even mentioned, its soundtrack, and specifically its opening, is maybe the most addictive anime opening I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of anime openings, but this one is crazy. It's crazy, it's self-confident, it doesn't care about you, and I think that's one of like the most positive aspects of the show. So if you haven't watched Dandadan, there's probably tons of clips. I'll probably use clips in this video. You will not understand what's going on, even if you have context, and that's kind of the beauty of it. It's everything anime should be. Because anime, as a medium of animation, I think can do things that other forms of entertainment can't. And the animation studio who does this is phenomenal. Everything's so pretty, and you really get a sense of how much love and care in detail is in every single shot when watching it. I honestly can't gush about it enough. I don't know, it's really good. Hopefully it doesn't suck, because everything in this world, I think, eventually turns into crumbling dust. But hopefully not this. So I just want to let you guys know my thoughts. If you want me to talk about it any more deeply, I will find any excuse to, but go watch Dandadan.